I mentioned yesterday the audio files about praying in the Spirit that are on my website. They've been taken down. I don't know. I guess my Dropbox erased them or something. Anyway, sorry about that. But I want to talk to you some more about that today. Because at launch we went into Isaiah 28:11 yesterday that says, with stammering lips and another tongue, I will speak to this people. He will speak to this people. And the context was in where Israel had fallen from the Lord. They were, eating from filthy tables. I mean, it was just debauchery, licentiousness, and stuff like we see around us. And the people said, "Oh, well, the prophet's going to speak to us. How will he speak?" With line on line, precept upon precept, and he says, "Yeah, I'm going to, with stammering lips and another tongue, he, capital He, God, will speak to this people." And I was making the point that another tongue, this is so powerful for us to pray in the Spirit, to pray in tongues. And I want to do some teaching about that, some basic stuff, so you understand more about it. It's different from the gift of tongues, which is in the assembly, that you have to have an interpretation for before you give it. So anyway, or someone has to have an interpretation for it if you're going to give it in the assembly. It's a different gift. Anyway, so I want to go from there to, and we looked at Isaiah 30 that says, 32, where God talks about beating the enemy, which is Assyria. And Assyria is used as a type for the enemy, like Babylon, all through the prophetic scriptures. And even for the beast of Revelation, I believe, the man of lawlessness, that man who comes out of the spirit of Antichrist. He says, every place where the staff of punishment passes, this is Isaiah 30:32, it will be with tambourines and harps, in battles of brandishings, he will fight with it. So tambourines, harps, stammering tongue, or another tongue, God deals with enemies. That's the bottom line. And I want to talk to you just a minute about the Hebrew word for to speak and to meditate. Because when we understand the Hebrew background for what we do with our mouths, it brings a whole new meaning to praying in the Spirit, to things we say, things we don't say. The Hebrew word for to speak, the basic Hebrew word is davar. And from that word comes word, to speak is the verb, and then the noun from that verb, because the verb is always the root in Hebrew. Then it's word, but then after that there's a meaning it becomes a meaning of matter, business, occupation. So in other words, what we speak becomes matter, becomes a word, which in the Hebrew thought, it's a piece of matter out here, which explains why Isaac, once he blessed Jacob, he could not take back that blessing. You remember Esau came in late after Jacob had already made Isaac his favorite food. This is all in Genesis 27, I believe. He'd made Isaac his favorite food, and Isaac blessed him. Yes, Genesis 27. And then it deceived him. And then Esau comes in, the firstborn, waiting for his blessing. And Isaac says, "But your brother already took it from me." So we in the West think, well, why wouldn't you just give another blessing? And he did, but he gave he already spoke the words over Jacob for that eldest son blessing. He couldn't take it back. Because in the Hebrew mind, a word, a speech, what you say becomes matter. And then it even becomes your occupation, your business, what you are preoccupied with. It's just an interesting, really, really powerful concept for just what we say. So when the Lord says, He will speak to this people through stammering lips and another tongue, what does that mean? I believe, as I said yesterday, our other tongues that we speak, that we use, God takes and uses against His enemies. God said, I'll speak to this people, this rebellious people, because the people of Israel, the people of Judah in Isaiah's day were rebellious. And Isaiah was, even though everything looked okay, Isaiah was trying to address the fact that they're way gone from God. So anyway, so I wanted to say that, and then address the word for meditation in Hebrew. It's Hagah, is the most common word for meditation in Hebrew, and that word means to mutter, growl, complain, and it also means to speak. So in Hebrew thought, when you say meditation, it's verbal, which, you remember that seeing pictures, or if you've ever been there to the Western Wall, they are moving their lips when they're praying to Yahweh. It's not silent. We got that from the Greeks. The Greeks were silent meditators, but the Hebrews, and in God's frame of reference, to meditate has sound. Joshua 1:8, when it says this, Moses is instructing the children of Israel, says, let this law not depart from your mouth. You shall meditate on it day and night. That's this word. You shall meditate on it. Means grumble, complain, utter, growl. Not grumble, but complain, mutter, growl, speak. Fascinating. So we're going to I just want you to think about that today. What our words have power. We become what we speak. We've referenced that before. All of you have heard that before. Words either curse or bless. James says, with our tongue we either curse or bless. Just some thoughts. We're going to go into this a little bit deeper, but some little thoughts about Hebrew, what we do with our mouths. It's powerful. Bless you. Have a great day.